The arena pulses with raw energy, a sea of fans roaring as spotlights carve through the darkness, illuminating a ring that's about to become a battleground. The camera sweeps across the crowd, capturing their feverish anticipation, their chants. Echoing like a war drum, a heart-pounding track kicks in, all bass and adrenaline, setting the stage for an unforgettable clash. Buckle up, fight fans! The voiceover explodes, its tone electric with excitement. Tonight, we're bringing you a heavyweight showdown that'll shake the foundations of British boxing. It's Moses ITAUMA, the young prodigy with fire. In his fists, squaring off against DILLIAN WHYTE, the grizzled warrior who's never backed down from a brawl. This isn't just a fight, it's a full-on slugfest that'll leave you speechless. The screen ignites with a high-octane montage. A whirlwind of footage that grabs you by the throat. Moses ITAUMA, barely into his 20s, is seen pummeling a heavy bag, his punches so fast they blur, sweat flying with every strike. The scene cuts to DILLIAN WHYTE, his eyes burning with intensity, landing a monstrous hook that sends an opponent crashing to the canvas in a past fight. The music surges, a relentless beat that mirrors the power of these two titans. Moses ITAUMA, the rising star from the UK, is a force of nature, the voiceover declares, its cadence pulling you deeper. At just 23, he's got speed, precision, and a hunger to carve his name into boxing history. But standing in his path is DILLIAN WHYTE, a man who's faced giants like Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury and lived to tell the tale. With a chin of iron and a right hand that hits like a freight train, White's ready to teach the young lion a lesson. The visuals shift to a split screen, showcasing the fighters' contrasting styles. On one side, ITAUMA dances through the ring, his footwork light and fluid, weaving past sparring partners with the grace of a panther. On the other, White's raw power dominates. His massive frame driving punches into a heavy bag that swings wildly under the impact. The voiceover leans in, commanding attention. ITAUMA's a technician, his jabs sharp enough to cut glass, his combinations a blur of brilliance. He's the future, a prodigy who's got the boxing world buzzing. But White? He's a brawler who thrives in the trenches. His experience, his heart, his sheer will to win, these are the tools he brings to this war. One slip, one wrong move, and this fight could end in a heartbeat. The scene transitions to the fight itself, the crowd's roar hitting a deafening crescendo as the bell rings. The camera zooms in on ITAUMA, his eyes locked with laser focus, bouncing lightly on his toes, claws raised like a fortress. Across the ring, White stands like a colossus, his stare cold and unyielding, a predator sizing up his prey. Round 1, and the air is thick with tension, the voiceover says, its tone brimming with drama. These two aren't here to play games, they're here to destroy. The footage explodes into action, a rapid-fire sequence of highlights that captures the fight's raw intensity. ITAUMA lands a crisp double jab, snapping White's head back. White fires back with a bone-crunching body shot, the impact reverberating through the arena. The crowd erupts, and the music pulses harder, syncing with the rhythm of the punches. ITAUMA's moving like lightning, darting in and out, landing combos that sting. But White's stalking him, cutting off the ring, waiting for that one moment to unleash a storm. Slow-motion clips elevate the artistry of the chaos. ITAUMA's uppercut catches White's chin, his head rocking back in a spray of sweat, the crowd gasping in unison. White retaliates with a vicious hook, the force, twisting ITAUMA's torso as he grimaces but holds his ground. The voiceover keeps the energy sky high. This is heavyweight boxing at its rawest, speed versus power, youth versus experience, heart versus hunger. Every punch is a story, every round a battle for supremacy. The camera pans to the crowd, fans leaping to their feet, some shouting until their voices crack, others clutching their faces as the intensity builds. A close-up captures ITAUMA's corner barking instructions, while White's team urges him to press forward, their voices barely cutting through the chaos. The fight deepens, and the highlights grow more ferocious. ITAUMA slips a wild swing from White and counters with a flurry of punches, each one landing with surgical precision. White, unyielding, absorbs the blows and fires back with a combination that drives ITAUMA to the ropes, the crowd roaring as the ring shakes. The voiceover amplifies the stakes. This isn't chess, it's a street fight in a squared circle. ITAUMA's trying to outbox White, but Dillian's turning this into a war of attrition. Who's got the edge when the gloves are flying? A brief clip shows the fighters clinching, their faces inches apart, sweat dripping, whispering taunts as the referee pries them apart. The tension palpable. The screen fades to a slow-motion replay of a pivotal moment. White lands a massive right hand, and ITAUMA stumbles, his knees buckling for a fleeting second. The crowd gasps, but ITAUMA recovers, firing back with a triple jab that catches White off guard, his head snapping back. "What heart!" the voiceover exclaims, its tone a mix of awe and excitement. ITAUMA's taking shots that would floor most men, but he's still standing, still fighting, still dangerous. White smells blood, but can he close the deal? The footage cuts to White's corner, his trainer shouting, "Keep the pressure on," while ITAUMA's team urges him to stick to his game plan, their voices a blend of urgency and faith. The pace accelerates, showcasing the fight's most explosive exchanges. ITAUMA lands a four-punch combo that has White reeling, only for White to counter with a devastating uppercut that snaps ITAUMA's head back. The music hits a fever pitch, and the voiceover pushes the narrative forward. This is why we love boxing, moments that make your pulse race, moments that define legacies. These two are leaving everything in the ring, and the world is watching. The camera captures the crowd again, fans on their feet, some cheering wildly, others holding their breath as the fighters trade blows in a relentless flurry. A slow motion clip shows ITAUMA's left hook connecting cleanly, White's head jerking to the side, followed by White's counter, a brutal body shot that makes ITAUMA wince. The focus shifts to the knockout moments, the heart of the video. The screen slows to a dramatic replay. White winds up for a massive haymaker, but ITAUMA ducks and counters with a blistering hook that catches White flush on the jaw. The impact is seismic, White's legs wobbling as he fights to stay upright. "Oh, what a shot!" the voiceover roars, its tone electrified. ITAUMA's got dynamite in those fists, and White's feeling every ounce of it. Another replay shows White's retaliation, a crushing body shot that doubles ITAUMA over, followed by a right hand that narrowly misses his chin. The voiceover keeps the intensity blazing. These are the moments that separate the greats from cinema. The legends? One punch could end it all, and both men know it. The footage dives into a critical round, the arena vibrating with the crowd's energy. ITAUMA's speed is dazzling, his combinations landing with pinpoint accuracy, but White's power is unrelenting, his punches carrying the weight of a sledgehammer. The voiceover builds the suspense. Round after round, these warriors are pushing each other to the brink. The question isn't who's tougher, it's who's got enough left to finish this. The camera captures the sweat flying off both fighters, their faces bruised but resolute, their eyes burning with defiance. A slow-motion clip shows White landing a clean uppercut, ITAUMA's head snapping back, followed by ITAUMA's counter, a lightning-fast combination that drives White back. The climax looms, and the highlights zero in on the final moments. The voiceover sets the stage. It all comes down to this one man standing, one man down. Who's got the heart to seize victory? The footage shows a furious exchange, both fighters digging deep, their bodies exhausted but their spirits unbroken. A dramatic slow-motion clip captures the decisive blow, whether it's ITAUMA's blistering combination or White's earth-shattering hook. The moment is pure electricity. The crowd explodes, the referee steps in, and the ring becomes a whirlwind of celebration and exhaustion. The voiceover delivers the knockout line. What a fight, what a moment. This is why boxing lives in our blood. The closing scene is a love letter to the sport. The camera shows the winner raising their fists in triumph, the crowd chanting their name, while the loser, battered but proud, acknowledges the battle. The voiceover wraps it up with a call to action. Moses ITAUMA versus DILLIAN WHYTE, a fight that had it all. Heart, power, and unforgettable drama. Want more? Smash that subscribe button, share this video, and drop a comment telling us who you think owned this epic UK showdown. The screen fades to a montage of both fighters' greatest hits, the music fading out with a triumphant note, leaving viewers buzzing with adrenaline. The final frame shows the arena lights dimming, the ring empty, and the words "Relive the fight" blazing across the screen with links to full replays and exclusive content. The voiceover delivers one last line. Boxing doesn't get better than this. Stay locked in for more. The video ends with a high-energy beat drop, leaving the audience craving the next great fight. What a fight. What a moment. This is why we love boxing. This is why we watch. The closing scene is a celebration of the sport. The camera shows the winner raising their fists in triumph, the crowd chanting their name, while the loser, battered but proud, acknowledges the battle. The voiceover wraps it up with a call to action. Moses ITAUMA versus DILLIAN WHYTE, a fight that had it all. Heart, power, and unforgettable drama. Want more? Hit that subscribe button, share this video, and let us know in the comments who you think won this epic UK showdown. The screen fades to a montage of both fighters' best moments, the music fading out with a triumphant note, leaving viewers buzzing with excitement. The final frame shows the arena lights dimming, the ring empty, and the words "Relive the fight" flashing across the screen with links to full fight replays and exclusive behind-the-scenes content.